Honestly, the first week of the new year is like a trial. You guys, welcome to my channel, Talking with Tamaya, Lifestyle of the Bomb and Brilliant. This video is a long-awaited video and I'm so excited to start it at the new year. This is just my planning routine, how I plan out some of my YouTube videos, how I plan for the month, how I plan for the week. If you guys are interested in a monthly plan with me video where I show you guys how I plan for every month for school, for YouTube, for my business, what have you, please comment below because I'm actually thinking about doing it anyway. I'm really excited to do maybe a monthly plan with me video, but I want to just make sure that it's something that you guys are interested in as well. So if so, please comment below. But this video is honestly for everybody. Some of you guys have mentioned that you don't really like planning in an actual planner, so I have amazing tips for those of you guys who don't like that. Some mobile tips that you guys can use, as well as online resources that are really helpful for planning, and I actually use both. So I'm going to just show you guys my all-around planning routine. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your water, and let's just get right into the video. So these are the 4 things that I use for my planning routine, in addition to my MacBook that I use for planning, and you guys will see how I do that. So the first thing is this Goal Digger book, and this is where I write down all the things that I have to do for the month so that I can remember it when I'm filling out my monthly outlay in my calendar. The next book is super near and dear to my heart. It says Her Ideas Are Pure Gold. You guys can get a close look. This is where I write all of my ideas for YouTube, as well as my business ideas that I've been working on. This book really goes literally everywhere with me. And when I'm thinking of new YouTube ideas or just planning out my YouTube video, I put it all in here. The next thing is my daily to-do list. This is where I write my to-do list for every single day, and I really do enjoy to-do lists. It really just helps keep me focused. I check off every single day when I complete a task, and this is just honestly amazing for me. I love that it's marble, so it matches my next item that I'm showing you guys, which is my planner. Now this is the Happy Planner in the big size, so it's like the large Happy Planner. You guys can see the marble detailing here right in the center. Honestly, you guys know previously I had the Lily Pulitzer agenda, but the Happy Planner, I'm going to get into all the details of the planner and how I set it up personally, and I love this planner so much, you guys. I wish I would have changed to this planner a long time ago. I'm going to show you guys how it's been helping me so far and how I plan to use it in 2018. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll open up my Google Calendar, and on my Google Calendar I'll fill out the days that I'm filming, the days that I will be editing, as well as the days I'll be uploading my video, which, as you guys know, is Tamaya's Tuesday. But usually what I will do is I'll put my video on a self timer. So what I'll do is say I'll upload the video on Sunday, and I'll put a scheduled time to upload on Tuesday at say 2 p.m. so that way I don't have to worry about uploading it on Tuesday, or don't have to worry about technical difficulties. I just have done it ahead of time. So whatever day I decide to upload, I will usually put that in my calendar as well. And then the next thing I do is just dates that I know I'll have to remember for the month. So any dates that I have meetings or big events going on, birthday parties or celebrations. I also like to put my church schedule, like what time I'll be going to church for that week. So that's the first thing I do flat out, is fill out my Google Calendar. Now what's helpful about my Google Calendar is I actually have the Google Calendar app synced to my phone, so whenever I set a notification, it's sent to my phone prior to, and that just really helps me remain organized. So as a student leader, meetings are my life. I have meetings literally every week. Some of these meetings honestly could be an email, and I feel like people be wasting my time, but either way I have to go to these meetings. So I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I will give you guys a quick story. One day I was at school all day, and I just got super tired. It was like honestly 5 o'clock. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call it a night and just go home, take a quick nap, and just de-stress. So I get home, like I get comfortable, I lay in my bed, and then all of a sudden I get an alert that says meeting 15 minutes. I had to hop up. It was 5:45 at that time. I had to hop up, call an Uber, and head to school. I got to the meeting at like 6:10. The meeting started at 6, and honestly I was livid because I got all the way home, relaxed in my bed, time for a nap, and I had a meeting. So ever since then, this has been a part of my schedule. What I'll do after I go through my email is I'll put in all of my meetings on my Google Calendar. Either I'll input it on my phone Google Calendar, or I'll input it on the computer. Either way, they sync together. And I will give myself a notification. So for every meeting, I set a 2-hour notification to let me know 2 hours before the meeting that I have a meeting. So that way there's never any more situations like that. I will always have adequate time. Wherever I am in Los Angeles, 2 hours is sufficient to get to that meeting location if I still happen to forget. So I also will have it written in my weekly outlay of my planner. But in the event that maybe I missed it or I just didn't write that out, I'll always have a 2-hour notification. So that's once again why I use both my online method of planning as well as my actual planner. So once I'm done with the Google Calendar, I go to the monthly outlay of my planner. Fill out once again my filming days, my editing days, and my upload days. I also just fill out, you know, any events that I know that are happening, any deadlines for school or what have you, but not like small deadlines or mini deadlines like homework assignments. Like big deadlines like projects and stuff, I will put in the month outlay. Smaller tasks, I will put that in my week overview, which I will go into next. But pretty much I fill out my monthly calendar on my planner just as I filled out the Google Calendar. So it's really great for me to be able to see it on both my computer and my cell phone as well as my planner. This just helps me stay organized, you guys. I know everybody has different ways of how they stay organized, and sometimes I do have a hard time focusing, so this really helps keep me accountable when I can have a tangible visualization of everything I have to do, as well as getting notifications sent to my phone, as well as seeing it on my computer when I go to my calendar. This really has helped me remain organized throughout my entire first year of law school, in my first semester of grad school. So I would say if you do have a hard time focusing sometimes or just staying on task, this can really be helpful for you. So the next thing I do in my calendar is the weekly planning, and I do this every Sunday. I will do a weekly planning session where I plan out my entire week. So to plan out my entire week, I use my Google Calendar as well as my month overview for a reference point, but I also just go through my email to see like what meetings I have for that day. I'll go through and see what projects I have due or what assignments or homework assignments I have due for that week, and I will fill out completely my week overview. This is really helpful because I don't really like to go back and forth to the month overview as well as the week overview. So whatever is like very time sensitive or happening that week, I will fill it out in the week session. Another thing that's really helpful on this planner is the fact that it has the weekly to-dos. So if there's anything I have to get accomplished for that week, say I have to schedule a doctor's appointment or schedule a meeting with my professor or what have you, I can put it in my weekly to-do, and I know that I have to try to get that done for that week. There are 3 boxes where I can write for the day. So the first box, I use that for menial tasks such as make my coffee for the day, make sure that I do yoga. I write out like what yoga routine I want to do that day or what workout I want to do for that day. Clean my room. I use the first box for like all those small tasks. The second box, I use that strictly for homework assignments. So what reading I have to do for class that day, what deadlines I have to meet, what projects I have to complete, what papers I have to work on. The second box is strictly for homework and school, what emails I need to return. It's all about school. And then the third box is all about my business and all about YouTube. So I write what meetings I have, I write what YouTube video I want to film, I write if it's a filming day, I write if it's an upload day, whatever it is I'm doing for that week, it all goes into that third box. So this has really helped me organize my thoughts, because in the past with my Lily Pulitzer planner, it was just one little box and I would try to fill everything in there and try to organize it a certain way, but this really just helps organize my thoughts and just helps me see, okay, what I have to do for school, what I have to do for my business, what I have to do for personal life, and it just really just helps me all around. So as I've said previously, I do my weekly planning every single Sunday night, and once I complete these tasks, I usually highlight it just to acknowledge and congratulate myself for finishing these tasks. And now what I do for my daily planning are my to-do lists. Now you guys, to-do lists have really saved my life. I've been doing to-do lists since like freshman year of college, and they really just help me accomplish everything that I want to accomplish in the day. It just really helps keep me accountable at the end of the day. We all need some accountability sometimes. So my to-do list is something that I do every single day, whether I have school, whether I have work, whatever I have to do, I'm making a to-do list. And what I put on my to-do list are some of the most simple things ever, like make a coffee or call my mom, or check in with my professor, or send this email, or make sure I do this on Instagram. Like, they're usually very small tasks, but they also sometimes will have big tasks, like make sure you take time to meditate, make sure you take time to pray, make sure you take time for yourself. Like, I always will just put whatever I want to do in that day on that to-do list. So pretty much every single thing I want to do in that day is on that to-do list. I don't typically put assignments on my to-do list because I use my planner for that. But if it's something like go to the post office or do this or do that, it goes on my to-do list. So it's all about the tasks I want to complete for that day. And once I'm done completing the task, I will give myself a check in the box that is already on the sheet, which is once again why I love this to-do list. You can purchase this. I think I found this one at to-do list at Marshall's, but I'm sure you can find similar to-do lists at different stores like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross, even Target has great to-do lists. But this really just helps me keep myself accountable throughout the day and really just complete the task that I want to complete. Okay, so about this planner, this is a new planner. I told you guys I would show you guys this planner and how I have set it up. So let me just show you guys what I have used to set this planner up. So the first thing that is in this planner, it just pretty much says, hello, the big happy planner belongs to, and you just write your name, who it belongs to. I haven't written my name yet because my handwriting is kind of sloppy, so we know it's mine, but I'll write that in later. But the next thing that I have is something that I purchased separately. I purchased a accessory pack, and in this accessory pack it just has stickers as well as to-do lists that I can use while I'm planning. So as you guys can see, like, I do add a little bit of festiveness in my planning. However, this is completely functional planning. I'm not like a crazy sticker planner because I feel like that's not really conducive for my lifestyle. As a student, I'm always on the go, I'm always working, I'm always doing something, so I really don't have an hour to sit there and like do stickers and stuff like that. I wish I did because I love the way it looks. As a student, I just don't really have the time to do that. I wish I did, but I don't. So this accessory pack just has some stickers that are helpful for planning, as well as other stickers that I've gotten from my past planner, or just stickers that I purchased separately from Michael's. So these are just really great motivational stickers that I use while I'm planning. This accessory pack I purchased from Michael's, and it was $9.99, but I got it for 30% off. So check the Michael's in your area because there were a lot of sales going on, and that's also where I purchased this planner for 50% off. So definitely check that out. The next thing I have is like a breakdown of all of my social media and business tracking. So the first thing is for my entire Talking with Tamaya brand. This is where I'll be writing out my ideas for what I put on social media. For example, some of the posts that I like to post, like motivational things I like to put on my social media. If you guys are not following me, please follow me on my Instagram, my Snapchat, as well as my Twitter. Yes, follow me. But this is where I plan on everything that I'm doing, what topics I want to cover, and just some inspiration that I typically get. So I have all of these pages which are dedicated to Talking with Tamaya. The next thing is dedicated to my sister and I's business that we're starting, or that we've been working on, and we're doing a lot with that business in 2018. But this is where I will be writing out all of our ideas for that and our plans for social media and just tracking our social media presence. So this is really helpful for that. And then the last thing is for Bomb and Brilliant, and I have a lot of things I'm working on with Bomb and Brilliant and just creating Bomb and Brilliant and turning it into a brand. So I use the green sheets for all things Bomb and Brilliant, ideas for Bomb and Brilliant, inspiration for Bomb and Brilliant. So this is where I keep everything in regards to like my businesses and just my social media presence and just trying to grow within my social media and within my YouTube and content creating. So the next thing is pretty much, it just has the month overview for the month, so you guys see that. Another thing that I have added in this planner that I want to show you guys, everything else is just a breakdown of the months, but another thing that I have added in this planner, which I feel is really helpful for 2018, is the budget extension pack. So for those of you guys who know a bit about the Happy Planner, I'm sure you guys have heard about the budget extension pack, but I just want to show you guys a little bit about this and how I plan to use it in 2018. So the budget extension pack is amazing if you want to save money, if you want to track your expenses, you want to track the bills that you are paying. So the first thing it has is the savings goals, so you can write out your savings goals for each month, and pretty much just track it to make sure that you're saving your money. The next thing it has is your month at a glance. So what you can write for each of your expenses is your projected cost, and then the actual cost, and then a section for the difference. I don't know where my money be going. 2017 money was disappearing, and I was like, yo, where did that money go? Oh my gosh, I'm broke. So I cannot afford that in 2018, especially with starting businesses and really trying to invest in my business. It's very important that I'm very cognizant of where my money is going and how I'm spending it. So another feature on this planner is you're able to write out the month. So the way I've seen several people on YouTube use this planner is they will pretty much do a no spend day. So they'll tally each day that they don't spend money, and that's a huge accomplishment for some people, especially me, because I'm not gonna lie, I spend money literally every day even when I shouldn't. So it's really great for me to be able to encourage myself not to spend money. So the next thing is a bill pay checklist, where you can just write out the due date of your bill, the amount that it is, and then the amount that you actually paid. And then the next thing, for the expense tracker, you can pretty much write out all of your expenses. You can write out whether you paid cash, credit, debit, or if you need something or if you want something. So be mindful that if you just want something, you probably shouldn't be buying it. But if it's a necessity, then yeah, maybe buy it. So this is very, very helpful for me for 2018, because it's all about saving my money and investing my money and just being more diligent and more efficient with how I manage my finances. So another thing that I want to just get into a little bit more that I haven't talked about as in depth is pretty much like my goal book. So in this book, I have written literally everything. I've written my New Year's resolutions for 2018, my goals for 2018, my business goals, like my personal health goals or what have you. And I highly recommend that if you want to live a more productive life in 2018, you want to just really be able to complete the tasks that you want to complete, hold yourself accountable for everything that you want to do, I highly suggest writing out your goals, writing out your visions, or what have you. You never know when something in the outside world is going to give you inspiration, or when something's going to just come to you and you're like, you know what, let me write that down so I don't forget it. I highly suggest journaling. So this is something that is a really big part of my routine. Like I said, I'll plan out all of my YouTube videos. So in addition to like what videos I'm filming and editing, I'll also put like what on Tuesday, in my Tuesday, I'll put like what video is going out on what day, and I get that all from this book here. So like I said, writing out your ideas and writing out your goals is really essential if you really want to improve your life in 2018 and just be all around more productive. I also want to quickly throw into this video a few of my goals and resolutions that I have written out in my book, because as you guys know, like the new year, it really gives us a spark, or pretty much the drive to just do something new and really challenge ourselves. I do create new resolutions regularly, so I don't just create resolutions at the start of the new year. Whenever I feel like I should be changing something or adjusting something, I try to put forth the steps to do that. And I think that it just kind of helps me remain accountable throughout the year. But just some of the huge goals I want to accomplish this year is, first of all, like I said, saving more money, launching my businesses effectively. In the past, I've been a person who has just done something and haven't been really intentional with how I'm doing it, and now I never want to have or make that mistake again. Every single thing I do, I want it to be well executed. So I will take however long I need to do something, as long as it's done right. That's all that matters to me. I can't just be doing something just to do it so I can say, hey, I did this. Like, that's not how you're supposed to do things in life. If you're doing everything because you want recognition from the people around you, or doing something just to say you did it, it's never going to be effective and it's never going to have longevity. So my biggest goal in 2018 is to be intentional and to be about the things that I'm doing. If it's not something that I'm genuinely invested in or that I genuinely love or want to do, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take my time with everything I want to accomplish, and that's how I feel like I'll feel fulfilled and I'll be happy with what I'm doing. My next goal is to be more fit. For those of you guys who don't know, I absolutely adore yoga. I've always wanted to just get into working out more. You know, naturally I cheered all my life and danced all my life, so that kept me pretty fit. But since being in school, like, I don't do that much anymore at all. And I find that I hate extremely strenuous working out. Like, I'm not going to be in the gym pumping iron. It's not going to happen for me. I'm not about to be in the gym doing squats and sit-ups. It's not going to happen for me. So yoga is really something that has changed my life tremendously. It's just made me an all-around more focused person. It's made me a lot more happy. It's just made me very content with life and just very thankful and grateful for everything. So I really love yoga so much. But I feel like I really was back and forth with yoga. Like, sometimes I'll be very consistent, other times I would just not be doing it at all. But I find that I'm much more happier when I'm practicing yoga regularly. So what I want to do now is do some form of yoga every single day, 7 days a week, some form of yoga, and that's my biggest goal. And then the last one is really just to continue to grow my platform, inspire you all, motivate you all, work with you guys, get to know you guys more, and interact with my subscribers, because I love being on YouTube. I love meeting new people and interacting, and this is honestly my passion, to just really be able to be a resource and an advocate for the people around me. So I really want to grow my platform and continue to make connections with you guys. So those are just a few of my goals. But to end this video, I do want to make it very clear, if you're somebody who you feel like you can't really get into the planning thing, some advice that I would give you is to give it a try. Before, I would admit, like, I was not an avid planner. I was just kind of all over the place and just winging things. But in order to give myself the discipline to become a planner, what I started to do is just write out literally everything. So I would get a planner and write out everything, even the smallest menial task. I would write it out in my planner, and I found that I made it an actual habit. So from then, I was able to just write out in my planner what my assignments were, or what deadlines were, or what I was doing for that week, and it just helped me become more productive, and it just helped me keep my life in order. So I would say just start by writing out everything and try to form a habit. But if you find that you don't want to carry around a notebook, a cell phone is honestly amazing. There is the reminder function on your cell phone. The Google Calendar is very helpful, and there's also so many different to-do lists out there. So I would say definitely look into online planning or mobile planning, because that is also an option. But I hope that you guys can all have a productive 2018 and just flourish and just be very content with what it is that you're doing. If you guys are interested in a monthly plan with me, where I go more in depth of what I'm planning and how I'm planning things out and how I'm balancing my time as a student and a content creator, please let me know, because I would absolutely love to do a monthly plan with me here on Talking with Tamaya. But with nothing more to say, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.